I come from Uboma dynasty. Uboma was the king between 1905 and 1960 and 1941. When he passed on to join his ancestors, Obidabo II entered and seated on the throne. He eventually died in 1962. That gave room to Umojago. Like I told you, we have 3 ruling houses in Issele Azagba: Umojago, Obonicha, and Idumuago, where I happens to come from. I said earlier, these 2 other ruling families haven't taken their turn in the last 6 decades. It is now the turn of Idumuago, and like you know, it is within the Idumuago family that the kingmakers has to bring forth somebody who becomes a candidate of the throne. And incidentally, the last Obele of Issele Azagba, Chief Okadike Wazua Sondo Wandolo, it is the duty of the Obele and to chalk the would-be Obi, and that's the process. That's the beginning of the process, and Obele did that before he passed on.
Well, it's rotational. It's rotational because I met the last ruler when that one died when I was 9 years, and then the other one that died last year, that one ruled for 50-something years. So I think it's rotational. Everybody in Issele Azagba knows it's rotational, except when they don't want to tell you the truth.
I've seen two monarchs at Issele Azagba. That is Obi, James Idabo, and Obi, Francis Wajede the second. Obi Idabo is from Oboto. When he died, it came to the turn of he came Mojago, then Francis Obije II was enthroned as the Obi of Issele Azagba. Now, by virtue of my working with the late Obi, I had a passion for his son. But when after his demise, I had a passion that the son will become the next Obi. Then eventually, when I saw a document that my late father signed, that Obiship in Issele Azagba rotates between Oboto and Ikem, and the quarters are 3 that will be enthroned as the Obi of Issele Azagba. Umojago and Ikem, you know what it was, Obonicha and Idumuago. I saw the declaration when my late father signed that that declaration was also registered at Anocha local government, not Anocha North, Anocha local government at a workshop. Then I saw the truth and I surrendered.
Came back to Issele Azagba after the Civil War. My father was a legitimate son of Issele Azagba. Umubi, in Umubi. And I'm very close to my father. He told me a lot of things. So, he told me that we had Ubiadi, Ubome. And after his death, we had Ubilabo. Before Obijulo. And it was understandable. The late Obi was in the north when he was asked to come back. It was just like an agreement that, come, take up this Obi thing, and if he finishes, it's rotational. It has to go back to where it began. And it has been like that. My father kept on repeating that until he died. At times when I come home from Lagos, if we're talking, if he's telling me some histories apart from Obi thing, because I'm very inquisitive, I will always ask him, what is this, what is that, why are they doing this? He'll be explaining to me.
Kinship at Azagba is rotational because I met Obi Edabo before he died in 1962, where the Obi Judowa take over the throne. That's what I know. I know that Obi Idabo is from Oboto side. Then Obi Judowa is from Omoino, that he came side of Issele Azagba. And since then, we have something in there, where people take title, where Iken side take from Obi Judowa, while the Obot people take from Edabo and Obi Ubome. The Obi Ubome was since, I didn't meet that one, but I met Obi Edabo. So this shows that the rotation of kinship of Issele Azagba, which Iken people were their own side, where Obot are two sides from Idumuago quarter and their Obonecha quarter. That's what I know about the kinship.
No, there couldn't have been any opposition from any other ruling family. I can tell you without fear of favor, the late Obi Dabo had all his days, he has the capacity to have brought any of his son to succeed him. But he didn't do that. There was, what do I call it now? That he wrote in 1944, which he titled the Argus. He was writing to the then Obi Ebuna of Issele, Obi, the Opoku of Issele Betima. He titled this thing, the Argus, the Declaration. He said, I have always known that the Obiship of Issele Azagba is always rotational, and I will not do anything to endanger the rotation ship, either by my wealth or by my position. Like I said, he has all the capacity to have installed his son. Even my family then couldn't have been in a position to challenge it if he had done so. His first son, Obiesi, was already a permanent secretary as back as 1954 in the then Eastern Region government. His second son had already graduated from Forabe University That's the father of Issele Dabo. He has already graduated from Fulani University. Then his third son was a renowned tailor. They were making the suits that was in vogue then in Onitsha. So he had the capacity, he has the money, he has the wealth. He would have asked any of his sons, please sit on the throne. Nobody, if the past would be, nobody would have had the resources to challenge him. Considering his Obi Dabo the first, his role in the Ekumeku War, it transcends beyond Aniocha. They were the people who deal with the whites. That was why at the end of the Ekumeku War, the Ekumeku War had not even ended when the Oyibos, they came, took him to Calabar, which he never returned.
If because he was rich and educated, if he wanted to hijack it, he would have done it, but it's not practicable here. We don't do it here. It will sound strange to me. It is strange to me. I've not had it before. Because my father, the local historian, he told me all this, that this rotational.
You don't need to look for facts. Because like I said, Obi Dabo was a learned person. If he had wanted, from what I saw, if he had wanted, because he's the most educated person as at that time, if he had wanted to conserve it to himself, keep it, nobody would have gotten it. But to the best of his knowledge, and because he's not selfish, he went into dialoguing and saying, this is how it has to be. So that since it is not only Oboto that has the authority or the right, okay, let it go to that side. After which it has to return to where it started. That's the original owners. So I've seen, even at Obiseluku place, there are documents.
No, by all standards, Obi Dabo was most, at that time, the most educated, the richest also in the town. If anything, he would have seized the throne, and nobody would have challenged him. You know what? They are not challenged him. But because he knows that this will be rotate between Ikem and Oboto. So the children also know this, and they never bothered.
Yes, they have the power to retain the kingship because he's doing well in kingship, but he trained his children, but because he's rotational, that's why he gives chance for the other side to rule. He retired as an agriculture. The Obi, as I know, the father of that one was taken to Calabar, where as a child, he joined him to the Calabar, where the government trained him there before he come back. So I feel that is why I know you have the children well doing. But if we want to take the kingship, I will go take the kingship because it's well to do.